I was amused by her taunts, however. Though once I would have done anything to rule Lyttyrboks again, now it was beneath me. After all, I ruled the entire universe. I would need to teach this kitten a lesson, of course. Such rude meowing could not go unpunished. But first, a nap. The moment I closed my eyes, though, the ogres on the floor above me began shouting to one another. Should the Lord of all living matter really have to put up with the interruptions of these pitifully lower life forms? Chapter 1.
Raj? Mom called. Come pick up your dirty socks off the living room floor. And we have to leave in 5 minutes to see the school play.
Woo-wee! Rutherford! Dad yelled from the shower. Can't wait!
I couldn't understand why he was so excited to see a musical about a totally obscure U.S. president performed by a bunch of 8th graders who couldn't sing. Then again, Dad got excited about a lot of weird things. I went and grabbed my socks and took them downstairs to the laundry.
How dare you disturb the all-powerful master of the cosmos, peon?
The voice was coming from inside Claude's litter box. You know, I don't really like being called a peon.
Would you prefer to be called a lowly plebe, lowly plebe?
I sighed as I tossed the socks into the laundry basket. I wasn't sure what peon or plebe meant, but I knew that Claude was being a jerk. Besides insulting me even more than usual lately, he was always going on about how important he was now that he'd been crowned the Emperor of the Universe. It was almost enough to make me wish he hadn't decided to use my basement as his cosmic command center. Claude had already made a lot of improvements to what was supposed to be his litter box, but when I peeked inside, I saw so many buttons and screens, it looked like a miniature NASA mission control. There was one really big red button that
Don't touch that,
Claude said, swatting my hand away. Okay, I said. What does it do?
That button lowers the protective force field around this godforsaken galaxy, so that I may then press this button.
He pointed to a green one.
Which will whisk me off your miserable planet whenever I wish. You see, my cosmic command center is now also a teleporter.
Claude started purring so loudly, it almost sounded like he was choking. Right after he became emperor, Claude had designated the Milky Way an intergalactic wilderness preserve, which I found kind of insulting. It was like he thought humans were just a bunch of wildebeests or something. Still, I was glad he did it, because it meant that none of his enemies could break through the Milky Way's force field to get to him. Raj? Mom called down. Let's go! We don't want to be late for the play.
Rutherford! Dad shouted.
Begone, vile ogre,
Claude said.
and remember to bow down as you leave the Imperial presence. Chapter 2. After the humans left, I completed the nap the boy ogre had so rudely interrupted, then turned my attention to a project of vital intergalactic importance. Gloating. Nothing pleases a warrior's soul like watching his enemies suffer, and suffering was exactly what my former colleagues in the Allied Warlords of Evil, Sabotage, Oppression, and more evil, awesome, were doing. After their attempt on my life, General Ffangg, Colonel Acorn, and Generalissima Zoc had been sent to the prison planet of Hamster, the most secure location in the universe. Covered in sawdust and completely enclosed in a solid case of titanium plastic, it was impossible to escape from. Imposing hamster guards were armed to the teeth, and considerable teeth they had. Even better, every